morning, family. It's Tasha, MAMABEAR Prepping. You already know what time it is. Get your drink pulled up. I've got my little teapot here full of my names, you guys. So we are going to kick this off with the drawing of the winner for the birthing bucket and the postpartum bucket from Refuge Medical. I'm going to do that first, and then we're going to get into the video, which today's video is about hygiene. And I think I came up with 42 items to get and or think about in regards to hygiene, okay? This is really just to help those people that love lists. If you haven't put your list together for every area of your home, you should be doing that. That way, when you're buying preps, you kind of know where your holes are. If you've done inventory, you've made your list of what you need, you've inventoried how much you have, and then you know when you go and hit sales, hey, I need more body wash, whatever the case may be, okay? This coffee's so good. So without further ado, let's get into it. So I got me a nice big bowl, you guys, because normally when I've done drawings in the past, I haven't had that many names, and I've just put them in here and just pulled out of this teapot that I got at a garage sale. However, it is stuffed with names. So I'm going to pour it out in this bowl so that, you know, there's more space in between all the names, you guys. Because, you know, I don't want to be picking from, the, you know, only the names that I last put in there, that type of thing. Look at this. Look at this. I went through, there was quite a few double comments, people who have commented several times, right? Some people wanted to give information. Some people wanted to enter, but then some people were giving you guys information on the comments. So make sure you go through them. The comments, because there was a lot of good information to add to information about birthing babies, okay? So here's the bucket, here's the bowl, you guys. I'm gonna go in. I'm just moving them around. There's a lot. This is for the birthing buckets, and for just so you know, if you're the winner, I'll need you to email me at mamabearprepping@gmail.com. Your name or a name, whatever you want to go by, and an address. Okay, so you're gonna have to give me an address, PO box, mama's address, something, so that Refuge Medical can send you the buckets directly. So I have my winner, you guys. The winner is Joe Farmer. Joe Farmer, you're the winner of the bucket. So exciting. So what I'll probably do for Joe Farmer is I'm going to go back on your on the feed, right, and I'm gonna go and make sure that I reply to you, let you know that you're the winner. We'll probably do a little bit of back and forth for me to verify it's you when you email me, okay? And then we'll go from there, dear sir or ma'am. All right, so super excited. That's the winner. Thank you for everybody that put into the drawing. You put your girl to work. I had to do a lot of name writing out and cutting, but I'm old-fashioned, right? I know there's some easier ways I could have done that, but I'm just stubborn like that, okay? So let's get into it. We're gonna talk hygiene. I've done a video before on some hygiene stuff to get, and maybe just in general things to think about when it comes to hygiene and making your quality of life better, because that's truly what it is. People can get extremely sick, and disease can pop up when people are not able to stay clean, right? Disease, ailments, if you've ever not taken a shower for a few weeks, so like military, that's often we go to the field. I've gone several times with 2 or 3 week periods with no shower. How do you do that? We've had issues here, obviously, with our septic, so there's been time periods where we weren't taking showers. And if you've ever been in a situation like that, if things go south quick, you start to feel nasty quick. Your body starts responding quickly when it is dirty, and it starts, you know, infections can set in, different things, okay? It's just an unpleasant place to be. So I'm going to talk about 42 things to get in your preps if you haven't already. So let's just get right into this. So some things I have on this list in no certain order, okay, you guys? They're just here they're just on the list as I thought of them, okay? So I have foot bath. Super important. You know, some people would be like, well, a foot bath. Oh, and that's what I want to say too, is some of this stuff is thought out in the mindset of grid down, right? all of it really is for grid down. You know, what would you do? Is there a chance that maybe some kind of other crisis happens and your water is still running and you're still able to take a shower? Absolutely. How long will that last though? How long will that water reserve last? Who knows? You know, will you be able to take a shower in your shower still? With other means, possibly. Okay, and so we're going to go through different things that are helpful for you to have to make you feel good. Number one, a foot bath. A foot bath is amazing because obviously if you have some sort of power still, that's great. Plug it in, you know, put some soaps and stuff in it, soak your feet. Extremely good for you. However, if you don't have power, a foot bath is still good. Something for you to put a little bit of water in and soak your feet. Okay. Second thing I have on here is water. Now, this is a huge aspect that, you know, we could talk all day about, hey, get this, but water, if you have not thought out water for hygiene purposes, that is going to be a problem. If you don't have that much water, well, guess what that water's for? Drinking water. But you need to be thinking potable water and non-potable water, right? Shower water is non-potable. It doesn't have to necessarily be some kind of super filtered, you know, water, right? You know, catchments, rain catchments, that type of thing. You've got to think about water and how you can use that sparingly. Okay, and there's things on those lists because there might be a chance that you don't have a whole lot of water to spare, right? Or you have water but you're maybe only taking a real water with some sort of real bath or getting clean, right? A bath or shower, right? You're using water to get clean, but only for, you know, maybe once a week, right? Maybe it's not every day, right? Or it's a little bit of water where you're literally in a basin getting, you know, a washcloth with some soap and water, and you're giving yourself, you know, a washcloth bath. Okay, so think these things through. Water. Think about water in regards to showers, right? If it was me and how I plan to set up my outdoor shower area, because we have not yet, it will be set up on its own gravity fed water system, where we will collect rainwater and it will hold that. We will treat it in the sense to make sure that it doesn't get algae and that type of thing. And then that will be our emergency, you know, showering type system. Could be used in the summertime as well, to cool off. Different ways that you could use this, okay? But water needs to be part of your hygiene preps. Think that through. Next thing I have is Epsom salt. So again, don't sleep on how important it is to take care of your body as a whole, help you relax, but your feet are super important to take care of hygiene wise. In general, your feet are kind of a connector for all types of things in your body. A lot of times I can be so fatigued, so tired, can barely walk, my feet hurt, my back hurt, everything hurts, and I take a simple Epsom salt foot bath, not even a bath, a foot bath, and you will be amazed at how good you will feel afterwards. Okay, so, and with a foot bath, you guys, you don't need that much water, right? Put a little Epsom salt in there and put your feet in there. And if your feet aren't all the way submerged, that's okay, right? Get the bottom part of your feet in some nice soaking Epsom salt water. Amazing. Okay, mental everything. Next thing I have is hand soaps. Try to think with all the products that I'm talking about today, so body wash, hand soaps, that type of thing. Try to think about getting dry soaps, so that you're having to do with less water, right? In case you don't have a whole lot of water, you've got this dry product that you're able to put on your hands, your body, whatever, and get some sort of dirt off. Okay, a lot of them are granular. You know, the idea is to do a dry rub on your skin, on your body, whatever it is, to get it clean. Okay, and then maybe you do a little rinse after that, but ideally that takes a lot of stuff off by doing that and having those products. Next thing I have is sanitizer. So super important just to have in general, especially if it's grid down and you don't have, you know, running water, or you don't have a toilet system. That's not a that's like those little water filters. That's not, you get that and that's it, and you're covered. You need to make sure that you're doing all the things and staying clean and all that stuff, and then the sanitizer is just to help facilitate that. Next thing I have is rash creams. So any kind of creams to facilitate rashes. You don't take a shower for a week, your lady bits, man parts, you get hot down there, you start to get rash, skin is rubbing against each other. You'd be surprised what parts of your body will start getting dry and start chafing. It's not just maybe your inner thighs, but it's other areas too that will start to not be good. I notice, this is just from my military career, I noticed that right away my lymph nodes in my armpits will start, I don't want to say protruding, but will be way more evident when I'm not taking a shower, you guys. And I'm not a doctor and understanding how that all works, but I've noticed that's one of the first things that my body starts doing. I'm still obviously using deodorant and all that stuff, but taking a shower and being able to cleanse yourself does matter, okay? And so for me, keeping my armpits washed. So let's say I'm taking a baby wipe bath, or I'm have a little tub of hot water. I really make sure that, yes, you're hitting certain areas, right? Your private areas, your parts of your body that sweat or rubbing, that type of thing. But I really make sure that I hit my armpits. And it's not necessarily for me. Yes, I'm doing it so that you don't stink. But for me, I know that those lymph nodes will start to flare up if, I'm not taking a shower on a regular basis. Okay. So in the field, I know that kind of matters, and that even taking a little bit of a water bottle in a little bowl and making sure that I wipe my armpits that way versus just a baby wipe matters for me in hygiene. Okay. So just an example. Next thing I have is feminine sprays, right? Extra sprays for feminine care. I have toilet paper. I have flushables. Now flushables, people might say, you don't need flushables because if you have a septic, or if you have, there's no power, you're not maybe even using your toilet, or using a bucket. But the thing with flushables and with wipes like that, toilet wipes like that, you're getting much cleaner with those wet wipes than you are possibly with toilet paper. Okay. Again, people are like, well, I get everything with toilet paper, and hey, that might be great. But when you combine having to go to the bathroom like that and not going to a shower on a regular basis, or a bath or whatever, it's going to get dirtier down there than it normally does. If you're using toilet paper and it's dry and you're wiping just normal, but every day you're getting a shower, so that shower is getting anything that's left that you're not getting, microscopic stuff that you're not seeing, right? That toilet paper just was not able to get. Okay. And a wet wipe is going to get much more of that stuff out of there than maybe some dry toilet paper. Okay. So I'm a huge fan of flushables, especially in grid down. The next thing I have is toilet paper tabs. That's another option for toilet paper. The little tabs. What's cool about the tabs too, I think I'm going to mention it somewhere else, but they have toilet paper tabs. You can also get those tabs in like washcloths and towel size, all different things that are kind of a disposable type item that you're able to, that is small, compact, you're able to put a little bit of water on it and use it. That's the thing though, it's going to take some sort of water, and the bigger the product is, the more water you're going to need, obviously, to activate it and get it to, unfold and work. Next thing I have is yeast meds. So any kind of meds that have to do with your body, right? Yeast meds. The next one I have is hemorrhoid creams, athlete's foot. If you have gout, anything medical wise that you have for your gout, right? Basically just think hygiene and the one step further stuff that you would need to be clean, right? Yeast infection, that might be a little bit more of an issue that you have to worry about if you're not taking a shower. Again, you're not staying clean every single day, getting that area washed and flushed out and cleaned, right? And therefore, depending on the scenario, what you did all day, what gear do you have on that you're working in, all of that stuff matters for figuring out, the end result if you end up having, a yeast infection or any kind of infections. Okay. Hemorrhoids, all of that stuff. Next thing I have is Think about your heating source, right? So we talk about grid down, we talk about food, how you're cooking food. Think about what you have right now for that extra food, that extra cooking source that you're going to use for food, and see, is the burner big enough to hold a large pot to boil water, right? So you have a large pot to boil water, to put in a tub, to put in something to be able to get clean, okay? You know, is that big? You know, some people have several ways to cook off grid, but they have little tiny, you know, on the go type options for cooking. Well, that's not necessarily going to work for, you know, a big pot. Some people, well, I'll just start a fire. Well, that's not that easy, depending on, is it a fire zone? Is it a no fire? Is it dangerous to light a fire at the time? You don't want people to even see that you have a fire. You know, that takes resources as well. That also takes time. So just think it through. Think about what you have in your preps right now, and will you be able to facilitate boiling a large pot of water? See, a lot of people know, like, for example, you need to boil water, right? Well, they're like, okay, again, they have a little pot, they have a pot that they can put water in, but they're not thinking big pot and the ability to heat that, okay? So think about that. Hang bags. So tons of stuff on the market for in the camping section, for off-grid, for hiking, for camping, for shower, right? Shower bags. All types of stuff you can get, but you basically get these shower bags, usually 1 gallon to 5 gallons. You put the water right in there. They hang. A lot of them are solar, in the sense that if you hang them outside in the sun, the bag will warm up, therefore the water will warm up, and then you can just take a shower with that bag, right? A trick, you know, in the military, and I'm sure a lot of you guys have done this possibly before, if you were trying to conserve water for whatever reason, is, you know, you get your body wet, right? Get it wet, then you turn that off. So even that bag, you would turn off the spigot so that the water's not coming out. You would soap up whatever you're going to do to get clean, and then you would turn the water on when it's time to fully rinse, right? And then you would rinse off. And that's how you conserve water when you're taking a shower. Next thing I have on here is shower shoes. So again, depending on, obviously if you're using a shower bag in your own shower, then maybe not necessarily shower shoes, right? But definitely if you have any type of setup outside, you're gonna want shower shoes, right? To keep your feet clean as you're getting clean, right? Keep the dirt, grass, whatever off of your feet while you're getting clean. A lot of times in the military, we're doing that because of germs from other people, right? Because we're sharing a shower system. So obviously if you're sharing, all of a sudden you've got new people at your house, that type of thing, not a lot of water's going into the bathtub even, right, to clean it out, shower shoes might be an option, okay? But you definitely want to have those for outside. For outside, a pop-up. So think about, you know, hey, where would I put you know, a shower? Could you build some kind of fancy shower area? Yes. But there's a lot of pop-up. There's a lot of camping type pop-up tents that, again, you can hang one of those shower bags in, take a shower. Even if you just use the pop-up tent for, okay, you boil some water, you have it in in a tub or in the pot, and you give yourself a washcloth bath that way in that pop-up, right? Just having basically a space outside that is private, though, so that you can do what you need to do to get clean, whether it's a shower setup, whether it's just a bathing out of a bucket type setup, whatever it is, okay? Think about the flooring. So I seen Alaska Grandma, she did her pop-up bathroom video a few weeks ago, and I noticed she put that fake green grass carpeting type stuff down at the bottom of it. I thought that was ingenious. This was her bathroom, but I thought that was amazing option. That stuff is fairly decent pricing. Could you just set up in the grass, you know, normal grass? Yes, but again, you have to worry about the dirt and getting the grass on you and all this stuff. And so that's an awesome way for a flooring, if it doesn't have a flooring, for the bottom piece, right, to help keep your feet clean. If you were doing that for your toilets, that's another good thing. But anything outside that fake grass stuff, I think, is an amazing floor. Next thing I have is a large pan for boiling. So obviously you should already have this just in general, so you can boil large amounts of water at once, right? You're not doing a lot of small boils. You're doing a large boil, maybe putting that water in some thermoses so that you have hot water throughout the day. But if you were trying to boil some water to wash your hair or get your body clean, you would want to have a big pot to do that. The next thing I have is a large plastic tub, right? Just a simple plastic tub that you're able to put some hot water in, get some soap, and give yourself a little bath. Washcloths, this could be old t-shirts as well. So washcloths, you can get washcloths in a bundle really, really cheap, right? Those are the types of washcloths that I would get and that I would prep for this. I'm going to go through some of these kind of fast now. You have baby wipes, right? You know, we take baby wipe baths all the time out in the fields. You know, that's like our number one go-to minimum, at a minimum thing that you're doing is having your baby wipes and taking a bath, getting all the way naked, rubbing down your whole entire body with a baby wash, you know, putting on any kind of creams in any areas that are infected or starting to get rashy, and you would get clean that way. I mean, it sounds extreme, but you need to do what you got to do to stay as clean as possible. We've got baby powder, deodorant, foot powders and deodorizers, tampons, pads, adult diapers. This one, disposable towels. So I just talked about that a little while ago, right? You have the towels that are disposable that come kind of like the toilet paper tabs. They're small, they're white, and you have them where they come in washcloth size, and you have them when they come in big towel size, okay? And those are like on the go, hiking, camping, you know, instead of taking a big bulky towel, you could take this towel tab, right? So there's some stuff on the market. Do some research, look through some stuff, do some searches. There's some cool products out there that would be possibly convenient depending on your situation and what you're going through. Next thing I have is extra socks and underwear, right? Nothing worse. We're not really getting into laundry today, but again, it kind of goes hand in hand of having clean socks, clean underwear. You can re-wear your clothes, re-wear the shirts, all that stuff over and over and over again. But at some point you're going to change that stuff, but your underwear and socks need to be changed every single day. So you've got to make sure that you have enough so that if you're not able to do laundry all the time, that you've got enough to last you for weeks and weeks. You need weeks worth, if not months worth of underwear, okay? Next thing I have is lice for people and for pets, right? So shampoos, lice shampoos. I have dry shampoos. So you could get shampoo, regular shampoo and conditioner, but again, it's like when I was talking about hand soap and body wash, there's dry products. So I would never, just me and my family, obviously I have locks right now, but if I didn't have locks, other people in my family don't have locks, have regular hair, and keeping your hair clean, because you've got to keep yourself as clean as possible, right, from head to toe, and that includes hair, right? And so you have to think about things like, how much hair do you have, how much water would that take to wash it? And so there's products on the market like dry shampoo, again, is a go-to in the field to be able to keep your hair clean and to get the big bulk of the dirt off of your scalp, out of your hair, okay? Next thing I have is granule soap. So think stuff like bar soap. Think stuff like bar soap that has the granules, the extra stuff in it to help really clean you so that you're not wasting time. You know, a lot of body soap that's liquid, you know, you're using a lot of it. It sometimes is not even getting you that clean, right? And it's just soap is a bar soap, especially like a granule, is just straight to the point. It's going to get right to the skin. It's going to get right to the stuff, get it off, no fuss, no muss, and just do what it's supposed to do and do it quickly, right? And not even need that much of it, okay? So very, very important that you look into that stuff. Some extra stuff, charcoal, baking soda. These are options later for possibly brushing your teeth. Hygiene, you have to be careful with baking soda because of the plaque and using it nonstop. But just other options to have in your kit for the day that you run out of toothpaste, okay? Of course, prep toothpaste, stuff like that. But here's some other ones. Mouthwash, floss, super important. Floss, super, super important. Your teeth, again, if something happens with your teeth, and that's a bad day, right? If it's grid down, something happens to your teeth and you're in pain, right? So you want to be able to, hygiene wise, stay up on your teeth and making sure that you're able to still brush them, you're able to still use mouthwash, rinse out all the extra stuff, and floss. Super, super important for the health of your overall mouth and making sure that you don't get yourself into any trouble, right? Do what you can do to prolong that and not having an issue with your teeth. Next thing I have is Q-tips, of course, so any kind of ear stuff, maybe some earwax kit, that type of thing. Clipper set, super important to have a shaver. If you can get a shaver that's a battery shaver, just in case grid down, you don't have a way to plug it in, but a shaver, scissor kit, right? Different scissors for cutting hair. Have more than one too, because that stuff you kind of go through if it breaks, and then boom, you don't have anything else if you only had one, okay? Razors, still going to be a thing, still going to be important. Is there certain parts of your body that obviously, yeah, you could just let grow out and it's not that big of a deal, but there's different things that people might still need to shave for, right? Medically, exposing an area, maybe medically something happens, and just cleanliness, right? Being able to shave, that's less dirt. Hair holds on to dirt, right? And so being able to shave certain body parts so that it's not holding on to dirt as easy is helpful, okay? However, hair is also helpful for shielding dirt away from certain areas. So think about that, okay? The next thing I have is nail clippers. So anything to do with clipping, filing of your nails, your toes. You've got to be able to take care of hangnails and different things that will happen with your feet. Getting a good toe fungus, liquid, right? That type of thing to be able to aid yourself and keep your feet clean and keep them fungus and infection free. You want to be able to nip that stuff in the butt, because that stuff is the type of stuff that flares up very easy as soon as you get to a point where you're not taking a shower. I don't think, if you've never had to deal with it, I don't think you realize how quick your body reacts to not taking a shower. And it's way more than it's way more than just being stinky, right? And being, oh, I feel gross, right? It's way more than that, okay? It's the mental aspect of that, and then physically there's things that your body starts reacting as soon as it's not getting that cleansing every day, right? That we get as a people. And then the next thing I have, kind of a tip or a thing, is don't forget the things for babies, for the elderly in your home, and for pets, right? So all these items, see if you can get these things. See if you can get dry shampoos and different things to keep your animals clean, right? Think about the clippers for your dogs, right? Think about the hygiene stuff for them. Babies, different sensitive soaps, rash creams, that's super important, right? Elderly, adult diapers, being able to stay clean, wipes to wipe them, prepping that stuff so that you have a lot more of it, okay? What does it look like? What does the situation look like with elderly right now in your home as far as your hygiene, and taking a shower possibly, and them getting clean, and them going to the bathroom and stuff like that. But what would that look like grid down? How would that everyday scenario with them change? Okay, it's one thing to say, okay, we can't take showers for me, how am I going to do this? But if you're literally responsible for taking care of somebody else that might have been doing that in a different way than you were every day, how does that affect them? And how does it affect grandpa if now you have to shower him outside, right? How easy is that to do? Is that possible or not? Are you now doing, tub baths? Maybe you were already doing, little bucket baths for grandpa. Think those things through so that you can prepare easier in this area, okay? I hope that was helpful. Let me know in the comments below different stuff, anything that you think that I missed, that you're like, oh no, you definitely have to have this, you have to have that, stuff that you found while you prepped, while you've been doing preparedness, and you're like, hey, I definitely felt like that this was helpful, okay? Get the things that are going to make your quality of life better, okay? Because that is why we prepare. It's about the skills and what you know how to do at the end of the day. But by getting the things, you are making your quality of life increase, so that when a crisis happens, it's not just, oh crap, we're not ready, and now you're stressed and you're mentally can't handle it, and just you're all over the place. And something as simple as hygiene, it seems simple, but it can go left real quick. And when it goes left, it can get really ugly, and it's not gonna it won't be good, right? It just goes downhill from there. Okay, so get the things, do the things, and I'll see you guys on the next video. And congratulations to Joe Farmer. Yay, Joe Farmer, hit me up. All right, take care, bye.